Congratulations. Leo, this season has had a lot of ups and downs, maybe a bit more so than other years, particularly with that injury list. How pleasing is it to cap it off, not just obviously with the trophy, but probably the performance to match it as well?
Yeah, well, that's always the thing, is it? Like, you control is the performance. So, like, trying to get a performance, like, isn't the outcome is, yeah, listen, there's other good teams out there that are also trying to perform well on big days. So, yeah, like, I thought there was so many good things in the performance today, and that's really pleasing. See, there's the lads that are on the field there today, but listen, there's guys that have prepared them well all year. So you use a lot of players during the course of the season. So, yeah, so lots of good stuff in the game. The staff, everybody's worked their arses off, which is good. But yeah, like, there's so much good to like out there. Obviously, Cullen goes off in the first 5 minutes. Jack comes in, he's ready to go. And yeah, listen, I thought lads stood up really well to the challenges that the Bulls were going to pose. We know that they've a lot of thread around their set piece. So to have Jerry Kerr, who we talked about pre-game, persistence and perseverance, I think would sum him up. I thought he was immense, really. If you think, when we sat here after round 4, losing to Munster, having lost 3 of our first 4 games, and Jerry and Alex Husinov ironically made their debuts the following week against Zebra, where we had 6 debutants that day, and yeah, so there's been so much great things to the season. I know you like negative slant always, but there's been lots of positive.
I do.
Yeah,
Me personally.
No, not you personally, no. But there's the group have been incredibly tight together, and like, it's been a really enjoyable year. So, but it's amazing. Listen, be here. I thought there was amazing atmosphere out there, and yeah, like, it was just a great day for the province, which is what we want. You know what I mean? We want to try and perform, particularly in front of home fans that are very, very passionate about the team. And I thought that was exceptional day out there today. So, yeah, that was great way to finish the season.
And Caelan, can I just ask, is it ankle or foot, or what is it? First of all, how's that doing? And secondly, how proud are you of the way the lads just carried that on for the rest of the game?
Unbelievably proud, yeah. Obviously very disappointed going off. Battling the knee a little bit. I was fine in the end, but my foot got the better of me. So, yeah, but it was class watching on. Not how I would have hoped the game went for me personally, but absolutely loved sitting on the side watching the lads front up physically. Yeah, it was class watch, similar to last year in some ways. But yeah, delighted for the group, the lads leaving, but also for the coaching staff. The effort that they've put in, Leo in particular, is Leinster through and through, and wants the best for the group and has desired this more than anyone, not for himself, but for the group and the collective. So I'm glad we were able to get it done.
So, with that foot injury, won't stop you getting on a plane to Australia next week, will it?
We'll see. I'm not sure.
Okay.
We'll see how it unfolds over the next 24 hours.
Congrats, lads. Caelan, what did it say about the character of this group to bounce back from Bilbao in the manner that you have over the last 3 games by beating 3 South African teams?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of resilience on display. The performance we got against Lions, obviously, the following week, and then carried into a pretty good performance against Stormers. Good work on in over the last couple of weeks, and the way the lads showed up today. I mean, we talked a lot about, if you want to beat the Bulls, you got to beat them physically, and I think for large parts of the game, we showed that we were capable of doing that. But they've got other strengths to their bow, their kicking game, some of their backs, the way they attack as well. So I think, yeah, some of our backs stepped up massively, like Hugo and Sammy probably are the 2 at the fore of that. I thought they were class today.
Leo, same question to you. How proud are you of the character that the lads showed over the last 3 games to bounce back from Bilbao?
Yeah, like, and that's the thing. Like, it's one of the things, like, probably from like some of the experiences that we've had maybe as a group, because you lose a Champions Cup final, and we've got some experience of that, unfortunately, whether we like it or not. It's turned it on to the next thing, and because of the structure of the playoffs, the way they are, so you go from losing a final, and we need to be able to turn the page into that quarterfinal against the Lions, because Lions in their day, incredibly dangerous team as well. And then it's, you're recovering off losing the final, and then so there's the physical part, there's the mental things that are going through people's heads. And Stormers, again, like, hugely physical team, defend very similar to ourselves. And that was a really tough arm wrestle of a game. The break week, it was unusual because we'd gone, 12 games in a row, which of those 12 games, 6 of them are knockout games, 6 of them are regular season games. So it was a good week for us, and making sure we didn't waste that week, but because then we had a chance to almost review the Bilbao final, because there's definitely things that we can take forward as a group and making sure that we don't waste those opportunities. So, and I think the players are very open and honest, and how we try to communicate as coaches and players is important for us, because like it's not just about sometimes the group that we're actually playing in the game. It's bringing through the younger players as well. You know what I mean? I'm thinking of a Fintan Gunn as an example. You know what I mean? So he's not involved in the game today, but listen, Luke McGrath, it's amazing to see him, there at the end with a trophy with James, the two of them together. But we constantly need to bring through the next person for when the more experienced guy moves on, or whatever circumstances are in that. So there's so much to love about the performance today, because there's definitely learnings that are being put into place performance wise. So, and there's like physical, technical, tactical, like the mental side of the game as well. So, um, but yeah, listen, when you're playing the Bulls, there's going to be a physical onslaught. The way the two loose heads, obviously, Tyg has tons of experience, and how he helps the loose heads along is hugely important. So yeah, we lots to love about the performance, and some of the execution out there was great. Obviously, it started to come down pretty heavy at the start of the second half, so the conditions then became a bit more difficult. But obviously, we're 22-0 in front at halftime, and that's just the group being nice and clinical, but then defensively being really sound, putting pressure on the opposition. And even Tommy's try comes from defence, basically. Obviously, they under pressure skill set. Again, going back to Jacques defensive system, why do we defend like that? So big games, to hold the Bulls to 7 points is hugely pleasing. So, yeah, but it's great. Listen, oddly enough, I think whatever the perception is on the outside, we've really enjoyed this season. Like we've had a lot of fun in the last while, and it's a great it's a great group to be a part of, and now we'll wish the guys well on tour, and hopefully guys go well, because again, guys going on to represent their country, Ireland in our case primarily. So we've Rico heading back to New Zealand as well. But that's such a big part of it for us, you know what I mean? So we understand our role in that, and we try to get as many players every camp that there is. So what's the goal for us now is take a bit of downtime, and then get another group of younger players with a few experienced guys thrown in there for different reasons, injuries and all the rest, and try to make the group better again. So that's the cycle that we're always on. So, but yeah, anyway, listen, we appreciate all you guys turning out as well. Like it's important for the game, and we try to keep growing the game and all the rest. And it's always trying to make these magic days, isn't it? Because listen, I thought it was amazing out there, amazing atmosphere with the crowd, and just people that really want to get behind the team, because the oddity is, we know the South African challenge, because listen, anyone that's been down there understands how big the game is there. Um, so for us to be at home, like obviously they're not going to have a big traveling fan base earlier, so we need to make advantage of these days. And listen, I thought it was a great day for everyone involved in Leinster Rugby.